Thank you for your openness and curiosity today. We are doing forest bathing workshop. Welcome. It is so exciting to be here with you. Forest bathing is a sense of slowing down in the forest or any outside area so that we can fully be present, multidimensionally, with all of our senses and with all of the beings on the land. It is different than going for a walk where you might just be trying to get to the next place. We respectfully acknowledge we are situated on this traditional unceded territory of the Silk Okanagan peoples and are privileged to work, live, and play on this land. Go out in the woods, go out. If you don't go out in the woods, nothing will ever happen and your life will never begin. That is Clarissa Pinocchio Estes, the author of Women Who Run with the Wolves. What is forest bathing? Forest bathing is intentionally connecting to nature as a way to heal. It is a gentle yet powerful way to invite our connection to Mother Earth consciously. Thich Nhat Hanh describes it as an embodied love letter to Mother Earth. It is part mindfulness, part child's play. It's a being open to the interbeing, a place of interconnectedness, or one might say a rewilding from one's intellect to a multisensory, multidimensional world. There is quite a study in the origins of the term forest bathing, and is most commonly attributed to the term Shinrin Yoku, coined by Tomohide Akiyama in Japan. It has always been noticed, however, in many, many cultures, in many different ways, that this kinship with the earth and a way of being with the earth is celebrated in different cultures. Possible rituals include giving an offering to the forest, asking permission, treading lightly, coming to your senses, singing with the land, connecting with a tree, greet the sun, or saying a prayer. These are a few of my favorites that I have read about. The land may speak to you differently at different times, asking that you join it kind of in a dance in different moments of time. I shall now lead you forward in a suggestion that really I have found helpful for me to enter the space in a new way. Although I have spent time on the land throughout my whole life, wilderness camping, hiking, it has really helped me climb out of my head and into place by following these kind of suggestions. Firstly, we invite you to get comfortable. Sit down in the space. If there is a space that particularly calls you, then feel free to accept its invitation and sit down. I will lead you through a series of all of our senses so that you may become attuned with each one of them. Firstly, notice where you are for 2 minutes. Now, find yourself to get comfortable, sitting or lying down, taking a deep breath through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Allow your eyes to close or gently gaze forward. Slow the rhythm of your breath, continuing to inhale deeply through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Give special attention to sounds. Welcome all sounds, beings of the land, or perhaps machinery, a distant vehicle, an airplane. Allow these sounds to be acknowledged, welcome them, and try to avoid any feeling of annoyance of being interrupted in your exchange with the more than human world. Tune into the closer sounds. Tune into the farther sounds. Continuing with your soft gaze. Exaggerate your breath. Notice that it becomes part of the orchestra of sound. Now, I invite you to give special attention to your sense of smell. Move your head from side to side. Inhale deeply. Noticing your sense of touch. Perhaps feel the coolness of the wind or the warmth of the sun on your face. You can put your hands together or place them on the earth. Feel the pulse of the earth. Focus now on taste. Is there coffee lingering on your tongue? Taste the air. Perhaps gulp some air. Having invited all of your senses to the center stage, now return to the sense giving you the most pleasure. Bathe in it. Be with it. I offer you 2 minutes now to return to your full gaze. Notice where you are, as if for the first time. Imagine that the place and the beings around you, are seeing you. I will give you 2 minutes to do this. For the next 10 minutes or so, notice all around you. Wander where you are as you feel the need. As you are wandering, notice who or what is making movement on the land. Feel free to explore with other senses. Explore, wonder, notice who is in motion. You will hear a bird call to return your attention here. Hoo, 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 hoo. You may bring your attention back to my voice. Notice what you are noticing. Our next invitation is to notice signs of spring. Be aware of feelings or awareness that arise up in you as you are noticing. I will bring you back with the call in 10 minutes. Hoo, 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 hoo. Having noticed signs of spring around you, reflect on what you notice. Now for the last invitation. I invite you to choose a spot on the land. Sit down where you feel invited to. Let go of thoughts. Try to be with all of your senses. Having settled into your spot, Allow yourself to just be. Tune into your senses with no agenda. I offer you 10 minutes. Remember, no agenda. Just allow, notice, and recognize that you are a part of the amazing surroundings you are within. Hoo-hoo! Hoo-hoo! I invite you to take a minute to notice what you are noticing. You may think of a few words that might describe this. Thank you for your openness and your curiosity today to explore the wild outside of you and the wild inside of you, to offer time to yourself, deepen your senses, to reconnect with the land, the beings surrounding you in the land, and to feel the pulse of the earth. Rest in your spot as long as you would like and are able. So you listen to your own needs, and you may get up when you are ready. Now we will give you an opportunity to ponder other ways of relating to the land around you. And these are ways that have particularly spoken to me. The first one involves a letting go. Often I notice that we carry around thoughts or emotions, kind of residue from occasions or instances in our lives that may have been impactful, but we haven't noticed that we've been holding on to them dearly and tightly. Letting go in the forest, we use a tangible object to help us recognize what we are letting go of. So look around you in your place. Find if there's a loose part somewhere, maybe a stick, fallen leaf, something that just appeals to you, you like to hold. Maybe it's a rock and it feels good. And then slowly bring your awareness to something that you are feeling anxious about. Could be an occasion, an exchange, a worry. And as you bring that awareness to it, feel that. And then with a huge exhale, drop the leaf onto the ground, releasing that energy with it. It is as if you have embedded that worry or anxiety into that object, and the earth will very, very welcomely absorb that for you, cleansing you. I have found this to be really useful, and gosh, aren't we lucky to have the earth allow us to kind of find equilibrium and balance ourselves. A second possibility is to lie down on the earth. Now, you might not want to do this if there's poison ivy around. Do check out for those three-leafed wonders. They do have their place. Finding a comfortable spot. Allow yourself to sit down. Let the weight of your body sink into the earth. You shall no doubt reach a place where you feel held, like a cradle. Surrender your whole being. Feel nature's cradle. The next opportunity we have is to actually sing with nature. There are many possibilities here. If you need some help thinking of them, here are some suggestions. You can imitate sounds you hear in the forest. You can join in the call. Respond with the wild. Many times we have been kayaking on the edge of a lake and actually howled with the moon, just in a joyous release of recognition that the moon moves us. You can yell at the waves. There's waves coming in and crashing around. Just feel with them, be with them, and respond with sound. You can sense the resonance with the rocks. It may take you a while to hear their very quiet voices. They live in a slower sense of time than we do. But you may feel at one with them as well. And sing your soul's song for today with any of these suggestions. You can also create an instrument. Just, I don't know, I have found the instrument can be as simple as walking along the stones of a shore and hearing the rocks kind of bang together under my feet. Or pick up some small pebbles and shake them between your hands. Rub a hand against some bark. Make sure you ask permission of the tree, but hold your hand against the bark and feel it. Kind of speak to it and allow any sounds that come from your depths. This is not a quick process. It might take you a little while to really feel what you need to release or say or sing. You can add gestures if that helps your voice to come out. And I find there are often places when I feel inclined to move in response to how I'm feeling, and you can do a little dance. Sometimes don't call it a dance, though. That can intimidate us. Feel that you're just moving with your breath, with the earth's pulse, and allow it. These ideas come from Julia Plevin in her marvelous book about forest bathing. Thank you to Julia. The following exercises are feeling our kinship with trees. There's a wonderful quote somewhere I've heard about trees being the expression of joy of the earth. I certainly have often felt a kinship with trees, and it's probably affected my choice to offer you these suggestions today. The first, imagine you are a tree. Stand solidly. If you do yoga, you could do a tree pose. And once you are with your tree in your mind and your being, imagine inhaling deep through the depths of your roots. So your toes are traveling down into the earth, and there is an energy coming up through the earth into your feet, up through your body. And after you have done a wonderfully glorious inhale, you may now exhale up through, and imagining the exhale traveling through your arms, the branches, out through your fingertips. Wiggle your fingertips if that feels right, and release that exhale into the gorgeous sky. And then you may continue this as many repetitions as you would like, just breathing in through the earth and exhaling into the sky. The next one is a rather particular one, kind of a tree Qigong. And I'm actually going to be particular in the instructions. So pay attention in the forest. See if there's a tree around you that you feel compelled to have an exchange with. And now it's really important to ask that tree if you may work with it. I have been asked, well, how do you hear the tree? And I think how you hear the tree is to release some of your intellectual focus. Let your thoughts just dissipate. And I have touched the tree and felt with my heart, just a little thing. If you do muscle testing, you could muscle test. There's something you could probably Google what a muscle test is, but you could kind of ask the tree, and then your subconscious or your inner mind knows the answer. So if the tree is giving you its welcome, then continue. And if it's not, you may look for another tree close by you. When you have found a willing tree, ask to touch its bark. Wrap your arms around it. Take some deep breaths. Radiate loving energy to the tree from your heart. Inhale energy up from the roots of the tree now. So you spend some time and kind of tune into the tree. Be with this tree that has chosen you and you have chosen it. Imagine the roots spreading out around the ground beneath your feet. You may inhale up the energy, the tree's energy. It's pulling energy from the earth. And it's just going to do a little detour up the trunk of the tree and into your heart, and feel that tree's energy. And when you're ready to exhale, you may exhale back through the tree and up to the branches of the tree. You may continue inhaling the energy from the roots and exhaling energy up through the rest of the trees and into the sky, as long as it feels right for you. You're inhaling the energy from the cosmos and back to your heart. When you or the tree feel complete, thank the tree. Perhaps you have an offering for the tree. It is suggested that you might feel a zing of energy through your body, a more open heart, easier breathing. I have found when I have done this that I'm just not quite so intent on intellectualizing. I feel it easier to not invite thoughts into my head. I feel that the thoughts have kind of taken a holiday, and I don't have to work to watch them like clouds when I might be meditating or anything. I just feel this glorious kind of euphoria. We are all connected to each other biologically, to the earth chemically, to the rest of the universe atomically. This is a statement by Neil deGrasse Tyson. I feel that it tells us kind of what science might be telling us, what indigenous peoples have all known all of the time. And in our quest for being intellectual, sometimes we need to hear this out loud, what we might begin to feel in our hearts and our bodies while we are forest bathing. We are a part of the whole, if we could give ourselves permission to truly be there and present with the earth. as I believe we are meant to be. We have done so much learning about forest bathing. We have learned through reading, through experiencing, through being on the land, through relationships with elders of the Silk Nation and other nations in British Columbia. This is important time and place for us to be connecting with the earth and feeling at one with it as we begin to be more respectful as human beings in our relationship with the land. Thank you to Julia Plevin for her wonderful book, The Healing Magic of Forest Bathing, Finding Calm and Creativity and Connection in the Natural World by Julia Plevin.